Hey, everybody, and welcome to my live, basically, because I just literally got out of the movie about a little less than an hour ago, film live review of Dr. Sleep. If I look like I've been crying, it's because I have been. I was not expecting this movie to hit me as hard as it did. Dr. Sleep is a beautiful, gorgeous horror film. It's definitely a horror film. I don't care what the studios were trying to tell you about it being a thriller. It's a horror movie, but it does what the great horror movies and great genre films do, which is utilize the genre to tell something more. And if you've seen Mike Flanagan's work in the series Haunting of Hill House, then you know how good he is at using horror as a way to convey things about emotions and family ties. I'm not crying anymore. God damn you, Mike Flanagan. Anyway, I'm not going to cry during a live stream. That's not happening, Jessica. So, but that's a testament to how hard this movie hit me. It's a really beautiful film about acceptance and death and loss. And he utilizes the story of The Shining, which was already a great film about dealing with the demons of family and the horror of an abusive relationship and alcoholism and all of that. And that's in here too. But what he does with the acceptance, and God, man, my voice is gone because of all of this. It really got me. Because I lost my dad at the beginning of this year and I'm crying. I'll be better. But there's some really beautiful things in this movie that really got me and actually helped me deal with some stuff. Who knew? Who knew Dr. Sleep could help me deal with loss? And thank you for that, Mike Flanagan. It really helped me. It's even though I'm crying right now on a live stream, and that's kind of embarrassing, but I'm human. But I think that's a disservice that's happened to this film because it's not doing as well as it should be. And one moment while I wipe my sappy tears here. But one thing about this movie is it's so beautifully done in the way that it deals with Dan's story and how he ends up realizing what the gift he has and what he can do with it. And that's in the book that it's based off of. But Flanagan has got this talent. Flanagan's got this talent. Hi, Epic Zombie Killer. I'm crying on a live stream. That he's able to utilize this genre to really get at humanity. And I mean, that's why Haunting of Hill House was so well done. And that's why this film is so perfect for him and why you see so many people from Haunting of Hill House in it. And the way he utilizes the story and the setting of The Shining and how it's a story about, acceptance of just the inevitable, and how beautifully they deal with the thought of dying and how we're never really gone when we pass, is really great. Now, within that, of course, you've got the horror element. I mean, there's some gnarly stuff that happens in this movie. And I just wanted to hug Ewan McGregor the whole time because he's having to deal with this, and he gets dragged into it again, literally dragged into the place that he never wanted to go back to. And that's his journey. And he never really, the whole thing about locking the ghosts in their boxes, that we carry our demons with us. I mean, the metaphor is heavy, and it's there, and it's perfect for this. And how when I read the book, I was like, how is he going to convey this in the movie? And he did such a great job. So it was just really fantastic to see how well he incorporated the book, and then he incorporated Kubrick's film down to recreating the shots, the music, the vibe, the look, just everything. It just was so well done. And Rebecca Ferguson was just great as Rose the Hat. Ewan McGregor as Dan Torrance. The young actress who plays Abra was just so good. Kylie Curran's her name, and she's going places. Cliff Curtis was great. Poor Cliff Curtis. Carl Lumbly, just as Dick Halloran, was fantastic. He did a great spot on Scatman Crothers. But I really got to say, the movie, just the vampiric elements of Rose and her crew were beautifully done. Just creepy how he captured that. Like I said, it's a horror film. I'm not sure why the studio decided not to do it, push that, because it would have been well better served being released last month, I think. But the vampiric elements, the whole gypsy thing, very much harkens back to, it reminded me a lot of Near Dark. So it was just really cool how I liked too the lights in their eyes kind of thing that they did, which really reminded me of the whole Deadlights and Pennywise thing, which probably was supposed to. But it was just such a beautifully done film. And I'm just amazed by how good he was able to just mesh all of that together. So Mike Flanagan, well done you. Bite me for making me cry, and bite me for keeping me crying for a while I thought about it. So, hey, super retro throwback. I absolutely adored the film. I think it definitely deserves some Oscar nominations. Hopefully they get some, because it was very well acted. Ewan McGregor did a stellar job as Dan Torrance, and just the cinematography and editing, the music, just some of the visuals very much reminded me of some of the things that Christopher Nolan did in Inception, of course, but really, really fantastic. And as I said, it got me with the scenes earlier on, with Dan in the hospice, and how it really it just did such a beautiful job with the imagery, and just great movie, super good movie. Go see it. Support Dr. Sleep. If this is a finished product. There's not going to be, I don't believe, a Dr. Sleep 2. This is a perfect accompaniment to The Shining, because it's the end of the story, kind of the beginning of a new one, but it is a perfect accompaniment to The Shining. And Mike Flanagan and the crew behind this and the team of actors did a fantastic job. The visual effects artist did a fantastic job. If you're a fan of The Shining, you need to watch it. If you're a fan of the book, you need to watch it. If you're a fan of just good film, you should check out Dr. Sleep. It really is just powerful. It's a powerful movie that uses the horror genre to tell a horror story, but also, as Flanagan is so good at doing, using this supernatural and horror to talk about humanity and things that we deal with, and using that metaphor like it did, to really speak to heart and soul and things that we deal with, and a story that is something we all have to deal with in the end, which is loss and coming to terms with our lives and being at peace with what we are and who we are and how we've lived it. And that's really the soul of Dr. Sleep. And that whole, your time is your time, and looking for a way to go past that turns you, not accepting the way we have, the time we have, not accepting our fate, which is in the end, we're all going to pass along, trying to that's the story of Rose and her crew, is becoming monsters because you don't want to accept it. You don't want to, you're never going to find peace. You, not accepting, who you are and the life you've lived turns you into that. And that's, beautifully represented in this film. And it's also what's going on with the Overlook Hotel. You have these restless spirits that won't rest because they won't accept what's going on, and they've turned into these monsters in one way. So it's just a really beautifully thought out story that Stephen King created, but also just a beautifully shot and created telling of that story, and meshing together and showcasing what that story is about. And it got me, if you couldn't tell, if you watched this from the beginning, it got me. And it's probably going to get you too. You're probably not going to expect it to hit you as hard as it did, or will, if you haven't seen it yet. But great film. Loved it. Go check out Dr. Sleep while it's still in theaters, and support it, because it is a beautiful film, and Mike Flanagan did a great job. So well done, you. Keep making stuff like this. I can't wait to see the second season of Hill House. And thank you guys for watching, seeing me blubber a little bit. I'm only human. So thank you guys, and I will see you later. Peace out, and go see Dr. Sleep and shine on.